Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see by me showing you this video picture of my cell phone, this phone is a little bit off. So I think it's actually 8:20, and the reason why the phone is off is because I believe it's because, well, it's out of service. This phone is, and it went out of service before daylight savings time kicked in. Even though it's for some reason it's 21 minutes behind. I can't help it. I can't explain why it is. It just is. So anyways, so let me just show you that it is 9/03/2014, September 3rd. I'll show you my watch. It's 8:22 a.m. And what I'm gonna do, just stay with me and you'll understand what this video is about in a second. First, I'm gonna go to, because I have a digital tape recorder running on me, tape recording what I'm saying as well. I'm gonna use the voice command feature. Okay, that way the tape recorder can pick up the phone electronically, stating the date and time.
Say a command. September 3rd, Wednesday, 8 a.m.
Okay, but it's actually about 8:23 a.m. Now, hang on a second. Alright, now the reason why I'm making this video, I'm going to talk fast in this video because I got a lot to say, and I don't have a lot of time to say it in. This is my tent here. I'm hiking in California, San Diego County in La Jolla. I am a target victim and activist concerned in the crimes of what is known as gang stalking. You can go to YouTube. Hang on, let this truck pass. Okay, now you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids in order to be able to see that this crime has been covered on the local news. This crime has also been covered on national radio shows and even national TV shows. Now, meat and potatoes of this video in reference to its subject matter. I'm showing you my tent right now. When I leave here every day, I am preparing to move. Let me just show you my lock here really fast. You'll understand why this video is being made as it transpires. This is my lock. This locks up this tent, and then the black flap gets pulled in front of it. Okay, and then I leave for the day. Each day that on days that I have to go somewhere. When I leave this area, this tent is locked up. I keep this entire area clean. I take my garbage with me. I put it in the basket on my bike, and throw it out at a garbage dumpster. Now, the purpose of this particular video is, as a result of me being a gang stalking target, you can go to Google right now, or when you choose to do so, and type in the following way that I describe it. It is as follows right here. At Google, type in gang stalking, creating homelessness of targets. I did it this morning on my other cell phone, my brand new cell phone that gets internet, and the first 5 pages that came up, each web page was filled with numerous blogs of other targeted individuals, all exposing the same thing. That gang stalking perpetrators do create the homelessness of targeted individuals. The San Diego police act like they don't know what gang stalking is, and they're complete liars. And I already know they're watching my videos. Cyber surveillance is directly connected to gang stalking. I literally caught an individual stating that a San Diego police officer by the name of Steve put him on a corner on February 20th, 2013 to engage in gang stalking sensitization methods, physical gestures, and that can be Googled as well. So if you want to witness that, because when he admitted it, it was caught on a tape recorder. So you can go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13, learning disabled woman catches another gang stalker admitting sent to harass. Then go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass, read comments. Now, go also to YouTube and type in extensively, learning disabled woman catches gang stalking at UCSD. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD. And what you're going to hear in those videos, follow all the instructions that are in the descriptions of any video that title that I've already mentioned and will. What you're listening for is individuals in the background repeating gang stalking, oh my God. Now you got to listen closely and you'll hear it. If you have a sincere, hang on, if you have a sincere intention to really try and discover if this crime is happening to me in the way I describe it, then follow my instructions. When you go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalking, learning disabled woman exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at Jack in the Box, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at SDSU, you'll literally hear individuals in the background constantly repeating, oh my God, gang stalking, oh my God, in that way. You also hear them say weird and crazy. Okay, just you got to investigate this with a mature posture. Okay, and you got to listen carefully because it's being said in the background around me at these specific places. In fact, just go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalking again at Arby's. Okay, now here's the reason why they do that is that they overtly let you know you're being gang stalked through sensitization techniques. Sensitization techniques are basically where they sensitize you to words, phrases, physical gestures, sounds, colors, even specific people. And then they will constantly repeat what you've been sensitized to around you as a result of the tracking and surveillance of you. And so basically it's nothing but stalking to gang up on you, to harass you, gang stalking. Okay, and that's how they overtly let you know that you're being gang stalked, by repeating these words, phrases, physical gestures, sounds, colors, vehicle harassment, color harassment. Bonnie in Oceanside is experiencing it right now. You can Google, YouTube her. And that's their overt way to intentionally let you know you're being gang stalked. With me, they're literally stupid enough to get around me and say gang stalking around me constantly, and I'm going to prove it in this video. The point I'm trying to make, though, is that if they create the homelessness of the targeted individual, do you honestly think that they're going to just stop the expedition? Of course not. If they'll go to Google and type in how they gang stalk targets to apartment complexes, to motels, to stores, businesses, libraries, universities. That's right, baby cakes. In fact, I literally even caught gang stalking being constantly and repetitively said around me when I went to the San Diego Police Department headquarters on July 24th, 2013. And then on August 23rd, 2013, it was caught being said around me on video inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers, the day that Mayor Filmer resigned from office. Now, at my last hiking area, I moved to this one in November 2012. At my last hiking area, I was that I was living at between, March of 2012 and early November. I was living at that hiking area. Now, another hiking area, which is about 30 miles away from here. I was making videos just like I'm making them here now at that hiking area. I was stating that they were putting people up on the sidewalk to repeat gang stalking, even using MTS bus drivers to do it. And I'm talking about the MTS bus drivers that drive the small buses, like the number 25 bus. You can Google that to see how big they are. They would literally pull up because I was staying off of a road down in a kind of like an enclave. And so the sidewalk was right at the entrance of that little enclave, and I was staying there in a tent. So they would pull up their buses and turn off the bus's, engine, and at times they would just open up the door and then pretend like they were having a cell phone conversation, and they would say gang stalk for me to hear it. And then at other times they would literally get outside of the bus and stand on the sidewalk, which was directly parallel to the face of my tent. Okay, and say gang stalk. So I was making videos about it. So listen to this. So in 2012 at my other hiking area, I was also exposing on video about how gang stalking was being said along all my routes when I was living in that community. Okay, back in 2012 between March of 2012 and early November, and then I moved here. I was making a bunch of videos saying that they're repeating gang stalk around me along all my routes, and using people, especially homeless people, which they've used on a feverish scale here in La Jolla, and using homeless people to repeat it along my routes, to threaten me, to engage in these physical gestures as well. Then I moved out here to La Jolla. Okay, they did the same exact technique towards me here, using bicyclists to ride their bikes here and say gang stalk. So I was making a video about it every single day throughout the entire year of 2013. Now, let's take a look at this real fast. Here I am making videos. I'm looking for my phone I just had. Hold on a second. So here I am making videos concerning how they were doing the same technique here in La Jolla that they were doing at the other hiking area that was close by Friars and Frazee Road. Okay, my hiking area was about 3.5, 4 blocks away from Friars Mission Center. Okay. Now, I was making videos throughout those months of March of 2012 and November 2012, okay, concerning how they were getting around me, saying gang stalk at my hiking area, how they were doing it along my routes. I published those videos in 2012. I then moved out here in November 2012, and I've caught it being said around me on at least 400 additional audio files since I moved to La Jolla. Okay, I'm about ready to play you one right now. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. This event that you're about ready to hear right now is a section of the tape recording of an event that took place on a sidewalk right across the street, up the street, right up the street from UCSD. Now, before I play you this audio file, listen to this. This event occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2013. Okay? Now, 8 days before, I told a UCSD campus police officer that every time I go on their campus, that individuals are getting around me on their campus. I told this UCSD campus police officer that every single time I go on their campus, students, staff, and homeless people, okay, were walking around me and constantly repeating gang stalk and oh my God. And I told him that I even make predictions that it's going to be heard by me and caught on a tape recorder before I even go on their campus, like I'm doing right now. I'm making a video prediction. I'd make a video prediction stating I'm going on UCSD today. I'd show a picture of my cell phone, which showed the date and time. I'd say, let's see if it's gang stalk. Oh my God, it's said around me repetitively today on campus for each of those days. And I said, if it is said, my tape recorder will pick it up. The tape recorder will then reflect a later time on the same date, which will show that I was gang stalked from here to there. Okay, because in the video prediction, I'd show a picture of my cell phone, which showed the date and the time. Then I'd leave here, go to UCSD, and when it's caught, the tape recorder is reflecting the same date but a later time, which means they had to know I was on campus to put these people around me to engage in this crafted harassment. Repeating the words and the phrases and the physical gestures is their way to keep the targeted individual constantly, consciously aware that the crime's happening to them, because they're constantly either seeing the repeated physical gestures or constantly having to hear the repeated words and phrases. This keeps the victimization of the stalking alive in the conscious forefront of the target's daily experiences, which is enough to make anybody feel harassed, threatened, okay, victimized, and it's their intention of why they do it. Now, think about this. I tell a UCSD campus police officer on November 20th, 2013 that I make predictions every day that I go on their campus at a separate location before I even go on their campus, that gang stalk and oh my God is going to be caught on their campus being said around me once I arrive on their campus for that day. And I said, then my tape recorder picks it up. And I told him that's all I'm trying to do is prove that it's happening. He said, okay. This is caught 8 days later on the same exact sidewalk that UCSD is on, Gilman Road. Do you hear these two men say gang stalk together, then one says gang of stalking, no, then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm gonna fuck you up. Just listen. Okay, so I think you get the picture. Right now in my physical possession, I have at least 900 audio files of individuals getting around me every single day, everywhere I go, and saying gang stalk for the last 2.5 years, literally. Now, so what they do is they create the homelessness of the targeted individual, and then they try to exploit the homelessness by claiming that the targeted individual is mentally ill because they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know. This is where the syndicated cops come into play at. This is organized crime in a system that's perpetrating these criminal realities, because it's only members in the system would be able to. Well, let me just put it to you this way: between August 18, 2011, and July 9th, 2014, I requested on at least anywhere between 12 and 19 separate occasions for two different San Diego police officers for them to make a police report stating that I'm being gang stalked, and each and every one of them told me no right to my face. And it was all caught on audio file. Now, there's got to be a legitimate reason why that is. On October 15, 2013, I called the San Diego Police Department at a Jack in the Box off of Rosecrans and Nimitz Boulevard and told them that came out once they answered, two of them answered the call and came out and told them that I got all this evidence and that the Jack in the Box employees and people coming in acting as customers were engaging in the same behavior. They tried to act like they did not have time to listen to my evidence and then threatened me and intimidated me with a psychiatrist, which is a gang stalking method. And they're doing that to Bonnie right now in Oceanside. That's right. So, because what they're basically doing is using the system to perpetrate these criminal realities, not obeying the law by honestly investigating the crimes that are happening to a target, and then furthering the victimization by using actual techniques of gang stalking, which is claiming the target's mentally ill and delusional. They also try and claim that the target can't take care of themselves because they're homeless and won't get out of it, while they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know. But actually what this whole thing is about is syndicated probate control for racketeering and insurance fraud and human trafficking. And I've already made a lot of videos about this. The whole goal for them, okay, is to create the homelessness. The criminal motivation behind the techniques is to create the homelessness, continue the gang stalking before, during, and after the homelessness is created, then try and claim the targeted individual is mentally ill and delusional because they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know, while they're homeless, okay, and won't get out of the homelessness even though they got a fixed income like Social Security. Therefore, we believe Miss Williams could be a threat to herself or others. Miss Williams is mentally ill. Miss Williams doesn't know how to take care of herself, and then they petition the state to take legal custody of the target. That in turn enables the individuals who step in and take the probate control to take legal custody of the target's finances. The gang stalking then continues in the syndicated run organized crime group home that the gang stalking perpetrators are connected to. That's right, and the gang stalking continues. The target is provoked on a daily basis, and then when the target acts out or doesn't, even if they just act out verbally and say, leave me alone, the people who own the house will say, what's going on? Are you causing problems now with this fellow client? Because they put more than one person in these homes. And then they'll say, as a result of you having problems with all these different clients who do nothing wrong, we believe you need to go into the hospital to get on medication because you're out of control. And since they got the probate control, they can do this. They then put the target back on the psychiatric floor, put them on all types of psychotropic drugs, which interferes with their cognitive abilities to think clearly. And guess what this is all about? It's done for two reasons: insurance fraud. Each and every time a targeted individual is petitioned in a county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, doctors, nurses, administrative staff are all involved in it's a syndicate. It's a syndicate that's in the system that has tentacles out within the community. Employment descriptions being used for the monetary gain. Insurance fraud. It's an octopus, okay? It's a syndicate that's got tentacles out within the community and in the system. And they basically engage in these criminal realities, these techniques, in order to bring, and the effects of what they maneuver in order to bring about this type of racketeering schemes and insurance fraud. Now, the human trafficking also occurs in these homes as well, including drugging the target's food, their drinks, and like with Rohypnol, and then and if you don't believe that drugs don't take a place in knocking a target out, so the targeted individual can be raped even while they're videotaping it and selling it to pornography groups, I suggest you look at the movie Trade. Okay? Now, my name is Leslie Williams. You would not believe the things that I've witnessed before my eyes, and I'm going to tell you something right now. You just heard this audio file. Tape recorders and video cameras catching this identical verbal harassment happening around me every single day, everywhere I go. Tape recorders cannot have a mental illness. Now, the event that took place at Jack in the Box when I called those two San Diego police officers occurred on October 15, 2013. 43 days later, the Thanksgiving event occurred 30 miles away. Now, it was caught on hundreds and hundreds of audio files before the Jack in the Box event on October 15, 2013, and it's been caught being said around me hundreds of times since. Now, This is at least gross negligence of duty concerning the San Diego Police Department in its entirety, and if I can ever prove that there was conspiracy under the color of authority not to make a police report, so the criminality could continue until it brought about its desired results. See, in order to take the probate control, they got to have doctor reports, police reports. Police reports come from the result and the effect of staged events. Staged events. They stage events around a target as a result of the tracking of the target, and either the target will call the police, like if they've been assaulted. Okay? I was assaulted right at this very spot on July 9th, 2014. Right at this very spot that I'm making this video at right now. Now, guess what I did 2.5 days before it? I made a video prediction right at this spot stating that there was going to be some problems probably occurring here, including assaults. That video prediction is still on a memory card. Memory cards showed timestamps and date stamps. When the assault occurred, I videotaped it. Okay? So that was the 4th assault that was predicted by me. 2 were predicted in email files before they occurred. 2 were predicted in video file. All 4 in audio file. Okay? And they know it. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Look in the description of that YouTube video and you'll see a blog. Click on it. Once it opens up, scroll down towards the bottom of it and click on an attached PDF link titled Assault 11. Once you click on that, guess what comes up? An email. An email literally showing that I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred. Okay? And then you will also witness additional documentation that MTS sent me stating that they are acknowledging I was assaulted on their bus on October 10, 2011. Then go to Google and YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered. And the San Diego Police Department filed a falsified police report concerning that assault. They lied in the report and omitted facts. I'm being gang stalked along all of my routes. I'm being gang stalked here like you would not believe. In fact, one of the individuals that you just heard from this Thanksgiving event was one of the many group of people that they positioned to hike out 150 feet from me within a week and a half after I moved here in November 2012. They harassed me day and night until they finally moved out in mid-April. Then they waited a couple months, and guess what happened? On August 27, 2014, guess who came down up in here to evict me? UCSD Police. I'm 3 miles from their campus. That event occurred about 45 minutes after I put a tweet online that embarrassed the shit out of them. The day before, I was on their campus using my Twitter account on their computers. Cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. If I come back to this area today or any other day before I move, and there's a trespass notice put on the tent, or if they remove my property and leave a trespass notice, or if they just come down here and remove my property, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it when I'm not here, because they know I videotape any and everybody that comes in my physical presence in order to prove that they were involved in anything that's being brought about towards me. If I come home and this tent is gone, and or any of my property is stolen or damaged, it'll be gang stalking related on any date. It doesn't matter if it happens today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, or 2 weeks from now, because I'm gonna have to move now. And we're gonna see if I get raped, robbed, or assaulted at the new hiking areas I gotta move to. They're escalating their campaign against me because they know I got the undisputable evidence concerning it, and now that they know that I'm on Twitter, which they do, they're gonna lie and say, now Miss Williams thinks we're stalking her on Twitter. You better fucking believe I think it, because I know it. My tweets have literally been erased before my eyes, okay? Tweets that were made here at this location, okay? Video files that I had on memory cards that were plugged into UCSD computers were erased before my eyes before they could be uploaded, like tweets that were sent to the FBI. Boom, okay? So these little filthy whores in the system, including the syndicated cops, if you're listening, fuck you. I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you were me, okay, and if you knew If what has happened to me has happened to you, you better believe you'd have the same posture. Make no mistake about it. I have went through thousands of dollars escaping this crime, exposing this crime, and surviving this crime, and I can't get one fucking law enforcement officer to file a report that I am being factually gang stalked, because their little filthy asses are protecting who? The Point Loma Library. Right now in my physical possession, I got 2006 emails that literally flat out show me stating that I was dealing with gang stalking techniques back in 2006 when I was out here between 1 and 38 days. And they know I got them. They know they exist, and the San Diego police also know they played a role, in a direct physical role in a gang stalking physical staged event that occurred towards me in 2006, which intentionally influenced me to go back to Michigan, where I was sexually exploited. Oh my God, you would not believe what happened to me from November of 2006 up until August 8th when I came back here. Yeah, I've been gang stalked for years. You wouldn't believe. There's targets online right now exposing that they've been gang stalking targets for 40 years. Just research it and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. All right, I gotta go. So, the day that they write a police report stating that I am factually being gang stalked, it brings alive the descriptions in those 2006 emails. And since I'm fingering a Point Loma Library staff in those 2006 emails, that's a government employee. That opens the city wide open to a lawsuit. And if you don't think that they don't know these 2006 emails exist, think again. Cyber surveillance is all over the internet in reference to that being a gang stalking method, and just go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and police. Just do it. I'm in San Diego, California. This is the hiking area I was brutally assaulted at. Brutally assaulted at on July 9th. The fourth of 4 assaults. They don't give a shit because they're filthy animals. Okay? You take any one of these syndicated filthy whore cops that are involved in this shit and you break down their lives like gang stalking targets had their lives breaking down, they'll be fucking crying to mama every day. Somebody help me is what their mental posture would be. But since they're not victims of this crime, their mental posture is to continue to be the whores they are. Yeah. Do what you're told, right? Yeah, that's right, baby cakes. Who are they taking orders from? I'm in San Diego, California. So let's see if any problems happen at this area. And let's see if any fucking problems happen along any of my routes today. Any of them. Right now I'm tape recording my verbal statements I'm making in this video, and this video applies for the next 30 days. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm sorry I had to talk fast in this video. And understand, you people my viewers don't even know 0.001% of what has happened to me. It's just, it's unconscionable. All right, I gotta go. I gotta start my day. I hope you'll please just say a prayer for me. All right, thank you.